Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Intellectual Saviors of Wrestling with your hosts, the Master of the Brain Damage,
Martin.
and the one and only Sam H. And this is the Raw review from 8th of August, building up to Summerslam. So, how did we kick this one off?
Well, we had the show open up with Enzo Amore.
Hey.
Yeah, he came out on his own as far as I know. He done his usual typical intro, hit a few soft spots and that, and then we had Chris Jericho.
Oh, wait, hold on. Didn't he have Cass with him on this one? I think he was telling him about getting Sasha Banks.
Yes.
He had her in the palm of his hand.
Yeah.
How you doing?
That's right.
I love this guy. Yeah, they called out Chris Jericho for interfering in the business because he had no business doing it.
No.
And then surprisingly, we were being greeted by Chris Jericho himself.
Yep, but he didn't come alone. He had the guy that's got his back with him.
Yeah.
The prize fighter Kevin Owens.
Yeah, bit of a strange one. He's not Winnipeg's hardest man. Jim Rochebecker.
And they weren't in Appleton either.
No.
No. But no, it ended up turning into a singles match between Enzo and Chris. It was a decent match. Enzo again showing off what he can do when he's put in a singles match, but unfortunately there was quite a bit of taunting from Chris and Kevin. And in the end, the taunting got a bit too much, and Cass ended up coming in and giving Chris the big boot.
Yeah, he's got one hell of a big boot on him. I mean, I like this guy. In my opinion, Big Cass can take the place of Big Show when he finally retires and be the company's giant. Because he's so much better.
Yeah, he's a bit more athletic and try not to be too harsh to the Big Show, but he's in better shape.
The guy's jacked.
Yeah, so he could legitimately be the next big guy.
I mean, I don't want him to break him up anytime soon. I think they've still got one hell of a future as a tag team. But long term, when Big Show finally decides to step aside, Big Cass has got to be for that role.
Yeah. So and then that's how that one finished, and oh boy, where do we start with this one?
For the third week in a row, we have a crush match.
Yeah, it was Braun Strowman facing off against a local competitor, Jor-El Nelson.
I think he actually was given an entrance.
Yeah, that's right, he was, and he was interviewed backstage by Tom Phillips, I think it was.
Some random interviewer.
Yeah, and he asked him why he was taking up this match against Braun, and he just sort of froze and didn't really say anything.
Maybe they didn't tell him he was fighting Braun Strowman. Maybe he found out, then.
Yeah, but like all the others, crush match, and then it finished with the reverse chokeslam.
Yeah, it's strange that they've changed his move to this, because if you remember, for quite a long time he had his finisher was sort of like a dominator. He got him up in his shoulder and flipped him off.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going with a reverse chokeslam, and it does look pretty painful.
Yeah, just a tad. Not to mention the guy's over 300 pounds as well.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah, they're trying to build up Braun Strowman as a big guy not to mess with.
Yeah, so what's next?
Well, we've got a return match from last week's Raw. Darren Young wanting to get I think it's actually more Bob Backlund wanting to get revenge for Titus cheating in the match last week.
Yeah, Titus cheated. He had a handful of tights. So this match was the return. Still unsure what it does for either of them.
No. I'd say it was a decent match. Still feel it was a bit one-sided with Titus getting the better. of the bout, but in the end, rather comically, unfortunately, I will defend Bob Backlund here. He wasn't looking at the time, but Darren Young picked up the victory with a handful of the tights.
Oh, well, turnabout is fair play.
Yeah, but straight away, I think it might have been Corey Graves picked up on it and said, "Why is Bob Backlund not going off on one at Darren Young? Why is he celebrating the victory?" But the replays show, as Darren rolled him up for the pin, Bob rather miraculously turned around to look at the crowd and start cheering.
Yeah.
And he didn't spot Darren Young grabbing a hold of the tights.
Yep, he was sitting in the Arsenal stand. He didn't see it. And Darren Young with the win, so that makes it 1-1, and there'll probably be a return match. Hopefully on the SummerSlam pre-show, so I don't have to see it.
Yeah. All due respect to both of them, we don't want to be seeing it on the main card.
Yeah.
It's not that worthy.
It was done a couple of years ago when they broke up the first time.
Yeah. So, and then after that all finished up, we then had the man.
Oh, the man.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm trying to bloody remember their nicknames he all gave himself.
No, you were right.
Yeah.
He's the man.
The man, Seth Rollins, came out to address Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah, this was quite a humorous segment. Seth was having a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah. Getting a lot of insults in on Finn, and sort of saying about all the demon. Oh, am I meant to be intimidated by it? What sort of a joke is it anyway?
Yeah, sort of breaking the fourth wall a little bit. He came out with Finn isn't even his real name.
Yeah, which was slightly surprising for WWE television.
Yeah, they don't normally go that far.
No.
'Cause, I mean, that's like someone coming out and saying, "Who is Colby Lopez?" Yeah. You can Google that. If you don't already know it, you can Google it. I'm not going into it.
Yeah, but then Finn then interrupted Seth, and then we got a history behind the demon.
Yeah.
And well, to be fair, despite some people were saying it's boring or whatnot, or was it really noteworthy? I actually enjoyed it a little bit of educating people on the Irish history.
Yeah, we don't really know all that much about Irish folklore, so it's good to know. I did know about the Doodlehan, I knew that one.
Yeah, but yeah, long story short, it's Finn Balor is the Demon King, I believe it was.
Yeah,
something along them lines.
That's what they're referring to now.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So it was a good segment, and obviously creating more heat on their upcoming match at Summerslam for the Universal Championship.
You just don't like saying it.
No.
I don't like hearing it.
No. Truth be told, I don't want either of these guys to be known as the Universal Champion.
Well, it makes sense for Seth to win it. First NXT champion, first member of the Shield to win the WWE title. So I'm interested to see how the match goes.
Yeah, so yeah, that was that one. And then, another one, I think it was from last week as well.
Yeah, a rematch.
Yeah, we had Cesaro versus Sheamus.
Yeah, and this was, I think they said that Mick Foley ordered this match again because he wanted there to be a definitive, clear winner. Because last week's one sort of boiled over into a bit of a brawl after the match was over.
Yeah, and I don't know if you picked up on it or not. I don't know why they've done it, but it appears as well Sheamus has got a new entrance video.
I did notice that. They've taken out all the Irish landmarks.
Yeah.
Now we just have pictures of his bald head.
Yeah, it was an alright match. match. I mean, to be fair, people, general public in general, have been a bit bored with Sheamus the last year or so. So people are more bothered about Cesaro than Sheamus.
Yes. So I was very happy when he picked up the win again.
Yeah.
With the neutralizer.
Yes. So that was how that one went down. And then we had a tag team match that was set up, I believe, backstage before Raw even went on air and that. I think it sort of escalated during the day.
They said it was on the pre-show.
Yeah, I think Neville was doing an interview or talking to someone, and then the Dudley boys come alongside talking smack with him.
Yeah, and he said, right, we want you in a match, go find a partner.
Yep, so that's what he went and done, and slightly interesting choice, but I suppose, going along with Neville's style of wrestling as well, trying to complement that. Neville tagged up with Sin Cara.
Yeah, this was a strange one. I mean, I was expecting Sami Zayn, personally. I mean, they have a bit of a storied history. Yeah,
unfortunately, I think you might remember, unfortunately, SmackDown this week as well. A few of the stars were missing because they were over in Australia and New Zealand.
Ah, so that's what it was.
Yeah, because, I believe it was from SmackDown, we had Cena, AJ Styles, and a couple of the others missing.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it was an alright match. I mean, obviously, you know what to expect from the Dudley boys after watching them over many years. They're just trying to play the classic heel tag team.
Many, many years.
Yes, we didn't watch them debut in the company.
Oh, God. Now you're making me feel awful.
Yeah, but in the end, the High Flyers picked up the victory in this one with Neville hitting the red arrow.
Yep, the man whose first name WWE forgot hit the victory with the red arrow. It's true, I was watching NXT the other day and I'm pretty sure it said Adrian Neville.
Well, he's on the main roster now, man. He's just simply Neville.
Well, I don't know what their obsession is with not liking first names or last names, but Adrian Neville worked.
Yeah. Oof. Right, well, let's get this segment out of the way.
Oh, God.
We had the wedding celebration ceremony of Lana and Rusev.
Now, this I always question, but I'm not sure if you know this, but is this actually legit? Are they a real-life couple? Because so much of this seems staged.
Yet, despite everything, they are a legitimate couple. In fact, Lana actually got into a fair amount of trouble because of it, because they were dating in real life, but obviously at the time you had the whole rivalry between Dolph and Rusev, and Lana was with Dolph, and I believe Rusev had Summer Rae.
Oh, God.
And then I don't think she really hid the fact or anything, but Lana went very public in announcing that Rusev had got engaged to her. So
yeah, I remember that one. They very quickly dropped the storyline.
Yes, but secretly, Lana got a hell of a lot of heat for it, and it did not go down very well with the top bodies in the company. But in the end, they just had to roll with it. But no, it's a legitimate thing. They got married in California the other week, and there were a few of the fellow female wrestlers in attendance as well. I believe the Bellas were there, and a couple of the others, and I believe it was even the part of the ceremony was even recorded for an episode of Total Divas.
Oh, lovely. Well, I'm gonna not watch that one.
Well, to be fair, we're not going to go too much into it. Anyone who's been watching wrestling over the years, you know these segments never go well.
No, they don't. What have we had? We've had a priest being tombstoned. We've had the 3-minute warning interrupting.
Yeah. Didn't Teddy Long's wedding? I'm trying to remember exactly which one it was because you had that time where Bischoff was secretly the priest.
That was Billy and Chuck's wedding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to forget that happened.
I think that was September 2002. Yeah.
Wow.
You go back and watch Unforgiven 2002. They'll completely show you that.
Yeah, didn't end well. Roman Reigns interrupted it, and Lana's face got met with a load of cake.
Yeah, I was so happy Roman interrupted. I mean, this is one of those rare times that I was happy to see Roman. And he looked like he was having some fun with it. Drinking.
Yeah. And he even offered to do a best man speech.
Yeah, how nice of him. And then, of course, Lana and her very expensive dress ate a cake.
Yeah. And that was that one. And then the next match, again, I believe it had been set up a little bit earlier on the show backstage. Sasha had been talking to Mick, and she basically said, look, can we just make this match at SummerSlam a handicap match? I can't be dealing with the distraction of Dana at ringside. So Mick came up with a compromise for her and said, right, I'll set out a match between you and Dana tonight. If you win, Dana's banned from ringside.
Yeah.
If you lose, it's a handicap match at SummerSlam.
Seems fair.
Yeah. So typically though, Dana didn't come on her own.
No.
She had the former women's champion Charlotte with her. Yeah.
This match wasn't as long as I was expecting.
No. Well, again, it's been a bit of an issue that we've been saying the last few weeks there. They're giving the women a chance to showcase, but then at the same time they're not, by not giving them the time that they deserve to let these matches evolve and fully showcase what they're capable of.
No, I mean, you can give them 10 minutes. I mean, Christ, they could have cut out all that wedding BS. They definitely could have cut it down and given the time to the women's matches. I mean, Christ, if you look at NXT, well, they gave Bayley and Sasha Banks an Iron Man match, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And that was a long match.
Yeah. Yeah, it was half an hour?
Half an hour.
Yeah.
And what, they managed about 5, I think?
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, despite Charlotte's best efforts, Sasha ended up picking up the victory.
Yes.
So Dana is banned from ringside.
As it should be. Now we can have a normal one-on-one, no cheating, no interference. Should be a decent match.
Fingers crossed we don't get a miraculous appearance from the Nature Boy.
Oh, God. But whose side would he be on?
He'd be on Charlotte's side.
No, would he, though?
Yeah, they'll just turn around and say, we tricked you all. It was just a big play to throw you off.
If they did that, I would have to leave the room. I'm telling you. I couldn't be dealing with that.
No.
So, next.
Right, we had a singles match. Building up some heat for the tag team titles match at SummerSlam. Of course, unfortunately, the New Day didn't have Big E with him.
No.
As he's out with... is it Gallows and Anderson have put it down as ring postitis?
Ring postitis, yeah. Before the match, we had a pre-match segment with Dr. Anderson and Dr. Gallows.
Yeah.
And they had Big E's testicles. Well, apparently.
Yeah, in a jar.
And this was hilarious. I mean, it's good to see Gallows and Anderson having some fun with it.
Yeah.
Ring postitis.
Yeah, so, and then, obviously with only the 2 remaining members of the New Day left, we had Luke Gallows versus Kofi Kingston.
Makes sense. I mean, they've both been in the company for a long time.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a decent match. Backwards and forwards.
Yeah, of course there was some shenanigans from the outside.
Of course, Carl Anderson kept on trying to get involved in the match, trying to get a few cheap shots in where he could. And Xavier Woods showing his displeasure. got a little bit of Francesca 2 getting played. But yeah, in the end, Luke Gallows picked up the victory. And they tried to get Kofi to suffer from ring postitis.
Yeah, they were going to pull him into the ring post as well.
Yeah, but luckily for him, Xavier Woods came to save the day, and he had a steel chair with him, I believe.
Yes.
And Gallows and Anderson made a swift exit.
No, they don't want none of those chairs. Oh.
All right, AJ.
They don't want none.
So yeah, and then randomly we had a US title match. we had Rusev versus Cesaro.
Yeah, this was made in the back. I think Rusev was flipping off to Mick Foley, saying, "Oh, I'm your US champ. You don't need any other champ."
Yeah, and then obviously Cesaro saying about he deserves his shot at the US title. So Mick said to him, "Right, you're getting it tonight."
Yep. And this was our main event match.
Yeah.
No, I thought this was quite a decent match, back and forth as always. You know what you're getting between these two hard-hitting styles.
Yeah.
A lot of uppercuts in there.
Yeah. If I remember it correctly, actually, wasn't it in the ring this match got set up because Mick brought out his special guest?
Yes.
For the show, none other than SmackDown's GM Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. They were running a sort of angle, saying, "Oh, they were apologising for each of the superstars invading last week."
Yeah, trying to clear the airs, shall we say? And then I believe Sheamus and Cesaro came out and that, and then Rusev got involved at some point as well, and then they made the match. Yeah, it was a decent match. Be honest, I don't remember an awful lot about it though.
No, I mean, I was sort of in and out. I know I should have been watching. But, you know, it wasn't one of those matches that exactly had me on the edge of my seat. I knew what I was going to get. But yeah, the way the match ended, the referee got knocked down. And of course, Sheamus interfered, as per normal.
Yep.
And Rusev Cesaro took a broad kick on the outside of the ring and walked into another kick.
Yeah.
2 kicks.
Yeah.
And it ended with Rusev picking up the win.
Yep.
Which would make sense. I mean, they've been building this whole Roman Rusev thing for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah. And then, and just before the show ended, Roman then come down and hit a pretty nasty spear on Rusev.
Yeah, this is one he pulls out on special occasions. He hit the Big Show with a similar one a couple of years ago.
Pretty menacing.
So, like, he runs so far down the ramp where he just launches himself into him. And I remember saying to the person I was watching it with, going, "No, that's it. He's done. He's not waking up anytime soon." Jesus Christ.
So, yeah. And that was our show.
Yeah, pretty good Raw this week. Not a tremendous amount of filler. No. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. You got anything else to add while we're here?
No, I think that's it. I mean, watch out for the SmackDown review.
Yeah.
I'm warning you now. I will be moaning for a while about the women's division on SmackDown.
He'll do it. He's crazy.
So yeah, and we'll see what SmackDown can come up with a few notable absentees overseas.
Oh dear. Okay, well, that about wraps things up. From your hosts, the master of the brain damage,
I've been Martin.
and the one and only Sam H. We will see you again for the SmackDown review. God, I pity you poor women. Adios.